What's up, everybody? This is Peter again for Sports Hot Rumors and Debates. How are you guys today? Coming to you live from Randall's Island here. My son's playing baseball. Anyway, so let's jump into a few topics here, okay? I want to talk first about Zach Ertz and why the Zach Ertz trade to the Arizona Cardinals make them maybe the most dangerous team in the NFC. Obviously, you see the record of Arizona. You go 5-0. They've looked great most of the time. I don't I don't care if I'm a diehard Cardinal fan or not. That don't mean crap to me. I'll tell you why. You guys remember the Steelers last year. Nobody looked like they can beat Pittsburgh the first half. And then they just looked awful the second half. Arizona has a lot of tendencies to kind of make, some mistakes a little bit. And I'm not going all in yet to just say, oh, we're going to be amazing. Now, that's just the cautious side of me. Another part of me knows we're terrific. Kyler Murray is a beast. DeAndre is an animal. The team just looks incredible. The defense is better. So I'm all for that, right? I know we're dangerous, and I know for years to come we will be dangerous, without any injuries, obviously. So I'm extremely excited. But there was a few missing parts to the Arizona Cardinals. And I mean, if you guys ever follow my videos, I've talked about, tight ends and Dan Arnold a lot last year, and then Max Williams, and finding a way to get these guys the ball because there's always an open guy. And Max Williams did pretty well, right? Dan Arnold was not used when they should have last year. So let's talk about it. We obviously know DeAndre Hopkins is, on another planet, and we know it's going to happen this week coming up. Besides that, I've been always talking about the CeeDee Lamb thing and why we need a number 2. And, I always would get a little shit for that. We had Christian Kirk and stuff. And now, look, you guys clearly see what A.J. Green is doing for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, you take away A.J. Green from this team, Arizona's not undefeated. A.J. Green has stepped up a lot of the games, needed a lot of first downs, some touchdowns when we played some tough situations. You guys don't realize that, how much he matters in this situation, because Christian Kirk is a good ball player, but nowhere near a number 2 that we needed, because he's just a different type of player, but he's really good. So now Kirk is into his, number 3 position, and he's dominating. He's doing fantastic. AJ Green hopefully stays healthy. He's killing as the number 2 because a lot of one-on-one matchups, and DeAndre Hopkins will kill if they have 2 teams on him, so it doesn't matter. So we know that. Now, where is the open guy, right? So we know Edmonds is going to have his games some days, and we know Connor's going to have his, and Connor looks completely healthy and fresh, and that's a key, because when he was on Pittsburgh, he was really the anchor that had to always get the ball a lot in the running game, and it was tough for him. But now he just seems fresh. He doesn't need to carry it more than 10 to 15 times. He'll get some catches. He looks fantastic. So it's a compliment to Edmonds. But what's the main thing here? Who's the open guy? And that's the tight end. I would say 9 out of 10 times we can get at least a minimum 6-yard play with this, right? And then with Max Williams, who had pretty good sure hands, you put a guy like Zach Ertz, who is a really, really great tight end, but you put him on an Arizona team when he's most of the time going to either have one-on-one or sometimes even be open. So if you're a defense, who the hell do you guard? Who do you guard? Right? At this point, what do you do? Because even if everyone's guarded, Kyler's going to run on you. You're screwed, right? So you got it. Now, Kyler had a bad game against San Francisco in a few of the against Cleveland, because Cleveland played really well, and Arizona's defense, we should have been up by more. It shouldn't have been that close. We had a chance in their red zone like 3 times, and we didn't capitalize. Prater, did his job. But, you don't want to make that a habit, because there's going to be great defenses, and Kyler's not, God. He can't do everything. So you got to see that teams are going to adjust to him. So how can we help him? How can we help him? And the tight end is a big part. So you put Zach Ertz on this team, and that automatically maybe gets you to the championship. And I know people are going to be like, well, why are you saying that for just a tight end? It's not. It's more. It extends the first downs. It extends the plays to give Kyler more chances. And if you give Kyler more chances, you already know what's going to happen. So if you have an offense that can put up 30-something points a game, and now if the defense, the way it's staying, because, Murphy has stepped up. He's been unbelievable, that nobody really talks about, right? Chandler Jones has been a huge part, but J.J. Watt has been one of the biggest keys to this team, and it's obviously just leadership. And he's getting better and better and better each week. And if that guy, the problem with him is if he could stay healthy, because if he's on the field, the rest speaks for itself. So if you look at that defense, and if you're going to do that combined with the Arizona offense, you really don't have a chance against this team. So, you're playing Houston this week. You never look ahead too much, but you should be able to go 6-0. And then you got a good team in Green Bay, which I'm very excited because my friends are Packer fans. My fiance is a Packer fan, right? So it's going to be one of those things where after you get to this Houston team, if you dominate them the way you should, you're going to play one of the best quarterbacks of all time. You're going to really get tested to see, where you're at. This is a team that's been to the NFC twice. But I'm telling you guys, Zach Ertz will be the key. Now, this week, it's probably all about DeAndre, but after this, that ball's going to be spread around like crazy. And I'm very excited to see what happens for Arizona. But Zach Ertz will be that guy. And, as us Cardinal fans who have been suffering for the last, certain amount of years before Kyler, and then the uncertainty of pretty much who's going to be that next guy to step up. Is it just going to be Kyler? We don't have Larry this year. And, I miss him. We always would love to have him on the field. But, Arizona's moving forward, and they really look like a team for the next 5 years to be a team that's going to be a force, man. And then let's talk about one more guy, and that's Moore, right? When I asked for CeeDee Lamb was because of getting these extra players who can step up. Moore has been that guy now too. Now he's not CeeDee Lamb because you can see what CeeDee does on Dallas, but he at least is a guy who can make plays and take more pressure off Hopkins. So you take all this pressure off Hopkins because it's just tough for DeAndre to have so many people guarding him. You can't expect him to be that guy all the time. And you can't expect Kyler to run all the time. That's why Kyler came into this year and said, I don't want to run as much. It's too much pressure on these guys. But now what this is also doing is helping the defense. When we are scoring, the defense doesn't have all this pressure on them, right? Because when you have all this pressure on the defense to just, listen, you got to stop them because we're not scoring. You got to stop them because we're not scoring. You seen that Hail Mary, that was just bad defense at that point, but you've seen what can happen, and it's easily can take the energy out. So the key right now for Cliff Kingsbury and Vance Joseph is to keep this up. People are going to start adjusting to you, right? Now Arizona, nobody paid attention to them as much, because they were like, all right, it's the Cardinals, they have a good offense, but they're not. But now all eyes are on the Cardinals. When you're an undefeated team, when you're putting up this amount of points, when you're leading the whole league in wins, and then you're destroying every game, you're going to start getting people studying you more, figuring out. And now this is where Cliff has to be adjusting. This is where we have to be the team. We're going to see where Cliff goes. Cliff obviously took the next step. Getting all these extra players helped. He stopped all these terrible, stupid plays on wrong downs, right? He started calling basic plays and letting Kyler do his thing. It just got a lot better. The plays look more and more like a consistent coach, and he finally did what he had to do, which I'm extremely happy for because we know he's brilliant. That being said, we should be able to be 6-0. I would love to go to 7-0 with the Packers, but we're going to stay one at a time. But expect Arizona to do their thing this week, their defense to play really well. Expect DeAndre to be DeAndre. And then let me know what you guys think about this Zach Ertz thing. All right? Talk to you soon. Bye.